What's up, y'all? If you're a longtime Slobcore viewer, then you know the deal, and that is I'm a much better cook than the sloppiness inherent in this portends. And I think, honestly, for me, I just do not take myself seriously enough where, like, to share my cooking, I need it to be this strange performance art thing where I don't even actually talk about, like, my tips and stuff. I just show you the whole thing and blab about whatever I want. And that's the Slobcore magic. But this meal, I made it last night, and this one really stuck with me of just the way that I am quite an intuitive cook, and I feel like that's kind of my skill is especially the last couple of years I follow recipes a lot more. Like I often don't have the motivation just to like wing it every time, which I think is totally fine. Uh, but this recipe right here, as you saw, is like a creamy braised chicken little number, and it was from Serious Eats. And so first off, I definitely like made more than the proportions in the book, and I this time I actually did weigh out the ingredients to match with the chicken. So I think the recipe does 2 pounds of chicken, and I had nearly four. So I upped all of the other ingredients, obviously. But usually when you do that in a recipe, that is also going to kind of change the cook time and maybe the types of pots and pans that you're going to use. So you saw this. Normally you'd do it in a Dutch oven, but I knew I had 8 chicken thighs to sear up, so it was better for me to do it in my 12-inch skillet, so I know I could get some good brownness, and it worked perfectly. You got four right there altogether. So that's one change, but the thing with that cast iron is it's not really going to have enough volume, so when I got to the soup point, I was like, oh crap, and so I was thinking of different ways I could do it, and I almost did it in just a big stock pot, and that would have been fine. But in the recipe, it does say to try and keep all the skin near the top, and so I wanted something wider, and I had that big stainless steel wok that I'd gotten, and that worked perfectly. But it was a big crazy mess, like transferring it all, and yeah, definitely was not ideal. Like a recipe writer would never do that, but for what I was doing, it's what I needed to do. And then the other thing is that the step where I took the chicken meat out and then turn up the heat and you reduce it, it said just to reduce for like 5 to 10 minutes, which I did it for that long and it was nowhere near enough. And I think a lot of people, it's like, oh, that's the recipe, so I'm done. But I think it is really important to at least try and understand what a part of a recipe is wanting you to do. Because for me, I really wanted to reduce it so a lot of the fats would really start to emulsify better and just make it like a thicker, creamier sauce, which is a beautiful thing, especially when I spent all this time braising it. So I probably reduced it for 25 to 30 minutes, which I think was super clutch and made it way tastier. And I was just thinking about the off ramp that a lot of people who are a little less confident in the kitchen and maybe don't have as much practice, like that's a place where they would mess up, not due to any fault of their own, honestly, and maybe it wouldn't be as satisfying or it'd be disappointing and like make them feel less confident about cooking. So anyway, there's a little peek behind the mind of my mind when I'm cooking. So I hope you guys have a great ass day. Goodbye.